like 2 minutes of bad publicity when the film hit, to come out and try to blame it all on him. None of it was just due to the fact that she seems like a rather person. Then he managed to convince Blake Lively to star in it with him, and all hell broke loose. She claims he's her, and then by the time they premiered the movie, they weren't even speaking to each other. She made him stay in the basement.
So normal people at home who don't care about this woman at all are looking at her like, I don't like her.
A Hollywood legal battle heads to a New York City courtroom today with a hearing on the lawsuit between actors Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. The U.S. District Judge in the case is holding a video conference on a motion for a protective order.
Blake Lively's legal nightmare. Could Megyn Kelly's Bombshell put her behind bars? Y'all, we need to talk, because things are looking really bad for Blake Lively right now. Could she actually end up in jail after Megyn Kelly's latest revelation? It's starting to look like Kelly might be the one to finally seal Blake's fate. If you've been following the drama, you know Blake has been caught up in a whirlwind of legal trouble, lawsuits, shocking accusations, and a whole lot of controversy. Just when it seems like things might settle down, another twist shakes everything up. But this could be the breaking point. Blake first made waves when she accused her It Ends With Us co-star and director, Justin Baldoni, of harassment. But from the start, people questioned her claims. Was she really telling the truth, or was there more to the story? Then came the bombshell. Baldoni fired back with a counter-lawsuit, accusing Blake of lying and manipulating the situation to gain control of the movie. Now, things are getting even messier. A respected Hollywood intimacy coordinator, MIA Shaka, who's worked on lessons in chemistry, Insecure, and Perry Mason, has spoken out in the Channel 5 documentary Blake Lively vs. Justin Baldoni. And what she revealed? Major red flags. After analyzing their text exchanges, Shaka suggested there was real affection between Blake and Justin, maybe even something deeper than friendship. But that's not all. She also raised an eyebrow-raising point. In my experience, when an actor says, I don't need to meet the intimacy coordinator until we're shooting, as much as it hinders my process, it usually means they trust their scene partner, Shaka explained. So, if Blake truly felt unsafe around Justin, why did she avoid meeting the intimacy coordinator beforehand? Hollywood productions take on-set safety very seriously, especially when it comes to intimate scenes. So why didn't she push for additional precautions from the start? The deeper we dig, the more suspicious this situation gets. Could this latest revelation be the final nail in the coffin for...
We have to compartmentalize. Blake Lively is not a good person. So no matter what happens in this lawsuit, no matter who wins in the end, do not let it distract you from the fact that she has proven herself not to be a kind person. Okay?
The media frenzy. Is Blake Lively's career over? Right-wing media isn't just covering this case, it's amplifying it. Candace Owens is leading the charge, but she's not alone. Rising conservative voices like Brett Cooper have jumped in, turning this scandal into a full-blown media spectacle. And guess what? Baldoni's team knows exactly what they're doing. His lawyer, Brian Friedman, even admitted that social media has kept this case alive. You've seen social media and these TikTokers and people on YouTube. They're amazing, he said. And he's not wrong. The pro-Baldoni narrative is spreading like wildfire. Could Blake Lively face criminal charges? Let's be real, celebrities rarely go to jail, even when they probably should. But if Megyn Kelly is right and Blake really did manipulate things this badly, she could be looking at fraud, defamation, and serious contract violations. This could get ugly. Right now, the court cases are still playing out, but if Baldoni's countersuit holds weight, Blake could be in way deeper trouble than she ever expected. And if any of this turns criminal, it won't just be her career on the line, it could be her freedom. Final verdict. Is this the end for Blake Lively? This whole situation is messy, messy, messy. Blake Lively's reputation is hanging by a thread, and Megyn Kelly just made sure everyone knows it. So, what do you think? To Megyn Kelly, who did not hold back while dissecting Blake's spiraling scandal on her SiriusXM show. Kelly went all in, calling Blake a serial fraudster and straight up claiming she single-handedly destroyed her own brand. And honestly, a lot of people are starting to agree. According to Kelly, every single one of Blake's accusations has been debunked with hard evidence. Text messages, receipts, the whole 9 yards. She even pointed out that Baldoni's proof completely flips the narrative, making Blake's claims look nothing like what she originally portrayed. So now
She started to rewrite scenes that nobody had asked her to rewrite.
What? That's just wild to me.
why is a counter-terrorism expert running Blake Lively's PR? Let's break this down real quick. Nick Shapiro isn't your typical PR rep. He's not some Hollywood fixer who smooths over bad headlines. He's a serious player, deep government ties, national security experience, and top-level crisis management expertise. So the real question is, why is a counter-terrorism expert handling Blake Lively's PR? Unless she knows what's coming next is way bigger than just a defamation lawsuit. And let's not forget, Shapiro was Obama's national security spokesperson. That means he not only has powerful connections but also knows exactly how to craft narratives, control media perception, and, if necessary, make problems disappear. According to Page 6, Blake's legal team, Wilkie, Farr and Gallagher, brought him in specifically to handle legal communications for her ex and the retaliation lawsuit in the Southern District of New York.
She was full of giggles and laughter and wanted to promote her liquor brand. Nothing says domestic like a bottle of tequila. What?
Interview 6. Blake and Ryan's alleged scheme. Trying to make Baldoni take the fall? Instead of taking the L and moving on, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds allegedly tried to pin the mess on Justin Baldoni. According to reports, the power couple actually drafted a public apology and wanted Baldoni and his production company, Wayfarer Studios, to release it, as if they were somehow responsible for Blake's PR disaster. And, of course, Baldoni's team was like, absolutely not. Make it make sense. How is this his problem now? People don't usually agree with Megyn Kelly on much, but she might be onto something here. On her podcast, Kelly went all in, even comparing Blake Lively to Amber Heard, and you'll know that's not a comparison anyone wants right now. Kelly said, "She does appear like an Amber Heard to me." And let's not forget, Amber Heard's 2022 defamation trial was one of the biggest celebrity downfalls ever. She lost millions after the court ruled she had defamed Johnny Depp. So for Kelly to even put Blake in that same conversation, yikes. Baldoni isn't just suing, he's coming for everything. Justin Baldoni isn't just suing for damages, he's asking for a staggering $400 million. And he's not just coming after Blake. He's accusing Blake, Ryan Reynolds, and their teams of spreading false, edited information to destroy his reputation. He's even suing the New York Times for libel, claiming they cherry-picked text messages to make Blake's case look stronger. And now, Baldoni has decided to expose everything. He launched a website where he's allegedly posting unedited text messages, letting the public see the full story. And from what's been leaked so far, the receipts are not looking good for Blake. These messages poke massive holes in Blake's harassment claims, and her own words about her secret plan to take over the movie are making it even harder for people to believe she was a victim in all of this. At this point, the question isn't just, is Blake Lively lying? It's, how bad is this about to get for her? Because if Baldoni wins this lawsuit, Blake and Ryan could be out millions. And her reputation might never recover. Could this turn criminal? If any of these claims cross into criminal territory, that's when things get real. Ryan Reynolds has already filed a motion to dismiss, arguing that Baldoni's lawsuit doesn't actually prove defamation. Instead, Ryan's lawyers claim Baldoni's list of grievances is just an attempt to shame him for being the real-life version of the man Baldoni pretends to be. So basically, Ryan is saying Baldoni is just jealous. But Blake? She wasn't about to let Ryan fight this battle alone. She filed her own motion to dismiss, calling Baldoni's $400 million lawsuit a vengeful and rambling mess, accusing him of using the legal system just to get revenge. She even demanded that the court throw out all claims against her with prejudice, meaning Baldoni wouldn't be able to refile them. Oh, and she also wants him to pay up for the reputational and emotional harm she's allegedly suffered. But here's the thing, none of it worked. Despite all their legal maneuvering, the judge denied both of their motions to dismiss. Meaning, this lawsuit is not going away. Blake and Ryan are now officially locked in a legal battle that could cost them millions. And let's be real, if they had nothing to hide, wouldn't they be eager to go to trial and clear their names? Instead, they tried to shut this down before the evidence could even be heard. Blake Lively knows she messed up, because now she's calling in the CIA when you're bringing in former CIA officials to do damage control. That's not just a PR problem. That's a full-blown crisis.
First and foremost, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have hired former CIA agents with a proven track record of lying to the public, gaslighting the public, to help her with PR.
The internet can't get enough of this scandal. Blake Lively's drama isn't just making headlines, it's taking over social media. Her YouTube videos and TikToks about the case have racked up over 130 million views. Yes, million. People who never even knew about her are now hooked on this story. And she didn't stop there. She even claimed that this case could be bigger than Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard. A bold statement, to say the least.
It is Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni Day. Finally, I've been teasing that all week, and let me just say to all the women out there that are watching, no matter what you do in life, you never, ever, ever go full Amber.
So she's a serial fraudster. That's called fraud. When you pretend you want to do the one thing and you'll do the thing they're hiring you for, but all along you have secret plans to do something very, very different that's above your pay grade.
Now, this is where things go from messy to downright delusional. Because instead of owning up to her mistakes, Blake allegedly tried to pin the blame on Baldoni for her PR disaster. According to Megyn Kelly, Blake actually had the nerve to act like her 2 minutes of bad publicity were all Baldoni's fault. But Kelly wasn't buying it. She made it very clear that this had nothing to do with him and everything to do with the fact that Blake just comes off as, well, icy. Y'all, the shade. Let's be real. Blake did herself no favors. Instead of keeping the focus on It Ends With Us, she was out here promoting her hair products, her non-alcoholic drink brand, and basically everything.
Blake Lively is very dissatisfied with virtually everything around her and decides to allege that Justin Baldoni, forgive me, very effeminate, evolved, modern feminist, man bun kind of guy, is like this virulent who can't stop one of the biggest stars in Hollywood in front of everybody on the set. I've got questions. I'm not sure why he would do that, whether he'd have the guts to do that, or whether the man bun is the most likely in general.
Now, let's get into this so-called secret plan Blake Lively had, because if this is true, it's wild. Blake herself admitted, at a Forbes Power Women Summit, no less, that she has a strategy for taking over any movie she's cast in. She straight up revealed that she plays the role of just an actress at first, but once she secures the gig, she starts making demands and taking control. Like, imagine hiring someone for one job, and suddenly they're running the entire production. Some directors were cool with it, others, not so much. And apparently, Justin Baldoni was one of the ones who wasn't having it. Megyn Kelly did not hold back on this revelation. On her podcast, she basically called it fraud, and honestly, she might have a point. If Blake was getting hired as an actress but secretly scheming to take over the whole movie, that's not ambition. That's